Hello, fellow followers. My name is Fritter, and if you want to draw some funny cartoons, then you've come to the right place. That right place being this magical forest! So, who am I, and why should you listen to me? Because I'm Fritter, a cartoon drawing master. Banished to this forest for drawing too funny, I sit at this magical stump all day long, drawing cartoons. That's right. Real, funny, stupid-looking cartoons. I'm free to do whatever I want in this forest, whatever I want. Which means, of course, making YouTubes for all the aspiring cartoonists out there. Nowadays, funny cartoons are becoming rarer and rarer and have been replaced with seriousness. We only draw silly, gross, funny stuff here. I'll give you all the tips, tricks, and secrets about how to get drawing funny. So enough of this lousy intro and let's start drawing! I want to go over 3 things with you right now, and then in the future, probably after this video gets like several billion views, I will start breaking things down in more detail. But for now, let's just hit some general things, in no particular order of importance. Hot tip number 1 is to learn to draw with shapes. Now this tip isn't just for making funny cartoons, it's for all types of drawing styles. Anime, Disney, whatever you're into. So when your pencil first touches the paper, it should be to draw a shape, not the character's hair, or necklace, or mouth. These shapes will make up the rough construction of your character's head, body, and arms, etc. Then as you keep drawing the character, you will add details later. We also call this construction, because it's the construction, like constructing a house, I guess, of your character. So why do this? Well, despite being a flat 2-dimensional drawing that you are drawing, by using shapes, you're giving your characters volume, dimension, and weight. And not to get too deep here, but when you look at an object, like in real life, let's say, your brain has to compute what it is, right? If, for example, the drawing is all over the place, and it's super complicated with like lines everywhere and stuff everywhere, your brain freaks out. Okay, maybe not, but it takes you a moment to register what is happening, right? In cartooning and generally in art, that's bad. You want the person to instantly know what the character is, what their body type is, their face, everything. Shapes can even tell us what the character's personality is. I can talk more about that in a different video, but because we learn shapes at such an early age, squares, triangles, ovals, our brains are already hardwired to know instantly what these things are without even thinking. You ever hear of Mickey Mouse? Look at him. He's just a bunch of circles. SpongeBob, he's a square. I mean, his last name is SquarePants, so it's obvious. But anyway, by using shapes and making our brains do less work, it makes the characters appealing. You want your cartoons to look good, right? Also, without learning shapes, you won't be able to animate, if that's what you want to do. Because when you animate, you're essentially animating shapes to keep the character's form consistent from frame to frame. Without those shapes, the characters will lose mass and volume and be all over the place from drawing to drawing, which could be funny, but most likely no, it won't look good. And as you get more experience, you can start being more daring with your shapes. Now for homework, homework already? Yeah. Start looking at your favorite cartoon characters and notice what shapes they are made of. Come on, it's actually kind of fun, and it will help you. Alright, hot tip number 2. Use that line of action. So what is a line of action, and why should you use one when drawing funny characters? This line dictates the energy or action of your character's pose. This line, and it's really like a trick, will keep your character's weight and pose strong and steady and give the character balance. But hey, wait! It's called the line of action, so is it only for action poses? No! Use it for every pose, even when your character is standing still. Whoa! Think of it as giving your character a spine. Without a spine, you'd just be a pile of goopy jelly on the floor with your arms and legs sticking out, right? The line of action is perfect for when you want to draw crazy extreme poses. If you're not using the line of action, you'll notice your poses might look lumpy and unnatural, the opposite of strong, balanced, and dynamic. Using this magical line will give your character movement and energy, even if it's just one drawing. But you might be saying, I'm looking at some cartoons right now and I don't see a stick going through the character. Well, when you're done with the drawing, once you've added all the details and cleaned it up, the line of action and construction all gets erased, so no one will see the magic tricks you applied when drawing. But here's the thing, cartoon masters such as myself can tell when a cartoonist, animator, or your mother uses the line of action. Yes, even on a cleaned up drawing, we can use our special cartoon X-ray vision and see exactly how that character was posed and constructed. One day you'll have that vision too. Just keep going. Alright, hot tip number 3, pushing it. Now this is very specific to drawing funny, and that is pushing it. What does pushing it mean? It means pushing an expression or a pose to its max without breaking the character's design and keeping the drawing still appealing, which means looking cool. Now if you're getting started in your cartoon drawing journey, this might sound a little strange. Pushing it? What? To actually push somebody? No. And any character you draw, especially if it's for animation or comics, that character is going to have some, basic stock poses, right? In animation, we call these model sheet poses. Maybe you've seen this, the turnaround, some stock expressions, etc. They might be kind of boring, and that's okay, because you're going to take those basic poses and you're going to push them and draw them with emotion, whether it's sad, confused, happy, etc. And when you go to do that, you just don't phone it in. You don't just draw a smile. You draw a crazy huge smile. A smile that is different, that is something maybe no one has ever drawn before. Sounds hard, right? Well, it is. It's hard to always mix it up, and it's much easier to phone it in. I'm guilty of phoning it in all the time. I'm phoning it in right now. So inside my brain, while I'm drawing, I'm saying push it, push it, push it. Push that smile further than any drawing you've ever done of a smile before. With practice over time, you'll get faster and better at this. You will notice it too, how your drawings all look different from one another. That's a good thing. We must fight the boring cartoon machine of today. Pushing it isn't just for expressions, it's for poses too. Mouth shapes, a hand, a foot, a body, a leg, whatever. But be careful. Go too far and then the character can be unrecognizable and ugly. Which could be funny too, I don't know. But walk a fine line. Unless it calls for that, always try to keep the appeal of the design. Alright, there you have it. It ain't easy, but just keep practicing. Every day, draw something new. Maybe that should have been tip number 6. So if you like this YouTube and you found it helpful or were just entertained, then subscribe and fart on that like button. Fart on it! I'm pretty lonely here in this forest, so I'll be uploading new stuff all the time. Tell your friends about this YouTube, your enemies, your mother. See you next time, my fancy fellow followers.